Good morning, Homestead. I'm Greg Gilio, principal of Homestead High School, and this is our weekly video message for May 24th. And as you can see, I have a very special guest star with me. I have Dr. Denae Nurnberg, who is going to be our new principal. So good morning and welcome, Denae.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be nice just to kind of put a little something out so folks get to know you or get some information about you. So can you
Sure.
kind of give everybody a little background on who you are and what got you here?
Yeah, so why don't we start a little bit with my educational background, just to give you a little bit of my educational journey and how I arrived here at the opportunity to be principal at Homestead, which I should start by saying I'm really excited about coming back to Homestead and being part of the school campus again. So I'm actually a local, raised locally. So I grew up in West San Jose, went to Lee High School, and then went to UC Davis, and then came back. I started teaching in Eastside Union High School District in science, and then moved over to Fremont Union High School District and taught math and science before becoming a dean at Monte Vista High School. And then I became a dean and an assistant principal at Homestead High School. I was at Homestead for 9 years. And then about 4 years ago, I moved to the district office to be a coordinator of data and assessment. So you may have seen emails from me about testing and other different opportunities that come out of my office are usually around counseling practices and testing opportunities for students. But I'm really excited to go back to Homestead. As part of the work I did while I was also at Homestead is that I earned my doctorate at University of San Francisco, and during those 9 years. And so, yeah, so I'm really, really excited about coming back to the campus.
Yeah, and I think what's important too is that you held a variety of roles here on our
Mhm.
campus, and you've done a lot of different things. So even though you've been gone a few years, you've been here for a good long time. And so, what are you kind of looking forward to in terms of coming back when you get back here on campus?
Yeah, I'm just super excited to be working with students and teachers and parents and engaging with the community again. And that was a part of the work that I really enjoyed and I missed, is just being part of a community and working towards an academic space that all students felt welcome and being on campus. And so I encourage you, if you see me in the first few weeks, please come up and introduce yourselves, parents, students. I know most of the staff. I'm still going to have a couple folks that I get to learn their names who've been hired in the last 4 years. But if you're new to me, then feel free to come up and just say hello, introduce yourselves. I'm really excited to come back to the campus and be part of, again, a community.
Right. And so you and I will be working together closely next couple of
Yes.
weeks, and then even into next year. So I won't be too far away. I'll be a mile or so down the road, but looking forward to helping you transition into this role. But you have a lot more to you than just your educational stuff, which is quite accomplished. But so why don't you tell us a little bit about what is it that you do outside of education?
Mm. Well, currently I am intensely mom. So I have three young kids. So I have a second, third, and sixth grader. And they're super active kids. There's a lot of soccer. So every weekend, basically, other than in very early January or middle of July, otherwise you can find me on a soccer field locally, supporting my kiddos, or on a basketball court. So a lot of my time right now is dedicated to being a mom. Previously, though, before children, I absolutely had a very variety of interests, including playing field hockey and lacrosse in college, and in high school, I played field hockey as well. I am an avid reader, so I'm in deeply invested into audiobooks because I don't have a lot of time otherwise. So I do a lot of reading in my car on the 85 corridor, coming from South San Jose. And I really enjoy hiking when I am able to get my kids out the door on a Saturday morning when we don't have soccer. So those are a few of the things that I really enjoy when I'm not at work.
Absolutely. So again, we are looking forward to having you get started here, and I know that there were people who were nervous about who's going to be, the new principal. And again, I told everyone to trust the process, and we did. And I think, again, you're going to be fantastic here, and I know that you've got a lot of quality and skills. I know you have a big love for Homestead, and people are excited that your name was announced. So looking forward to that transition, and we'll be kind of swapping parking places here as I go to the district office and you come here, but. we're looking forward to getting that going. So thanks for popping in today and saying hi.
Thank
And
you.
this is our weekly video message, and so it'd be nice for everyone to say hi to you. So
All right.
you have a lot of things to do in
Thanks,
the next
Homestead.
couple of weeks, so I'm going to let you get going, and I'm going to jump on and do the rest of my stick here. And thank
All right. Take care.
you. Bye bye. So as she goes away, I'm going to pull up my screen here. And so again, I hope you got enjoyed getting to meet and get to know her. You'll get to know her a lot more over the next several years. But as I said, this is our weekly video message for Friday, May 24th. We're getting down to just the last couple of ones happening here. So we have a lot of shout outs. So you're gonna have to bear with me on some of these. So we have a lot of teams that are in the playoffs. They've either keep going or just finished their runs. So baseball and softball had gotten to the first round. They won that, and they got into round two, which was the other day, Wednesday. And unfortunately, softball did not advance, so their season has over. But that was a really good run in the playoffs. Baseball did win, and they're going to be playing today, Friday. And so that we're wishing them all the best. That's why we're wearing our jerseys here. We also our track team continues to keep running and keep breaking records. So we had Evan Gardner and Carter Oates who broke some of our records, and then are on to the state meet this weekend as well. So wishing them all the best. Tennis they did a great run here through the season, and ended up as runner-up in NorCal's. So their season unfortunately is over at this point. They didn't get past that point, but this is farther than I think they've ever gone before, and did a great job. So congratulations to all of you. The gymnastics team also placed second at CCS, so that was quite a surprise finish. So we're really happy with that. There was also a shout out. This is not sports stuff anymore, but a shout out to Elder Fagundes and Louis Carlos for helping prepare and manage the end of year celebration for the Homestead Bands and Orchestra. They were gracious and easy to work with, and they had the cafeteria set up perfectly. So thank you, Elder and Louis, for that. I did get some pictures from coaches to kind of show you some of our championship teams there. So that is our boys tennis team, and you can see Mr. Kwong down there at the bottom with the hat, and Sunder down there holding the trophy. He's the head coach. The guy at the end in the glasses, that's Chris Grossman, who is our athletic director. So they went up to Folsom. That was a pretty cool thing. So then we also had a picture of Evan Gardner and Carter Oates in their win last match. It sent them on to the state championships here. So again, I wanted to share those with you because that's kind of fun to see that. There was also PTSA service awards that were given out at the last general meeting. So there was a lot of staff members and parents who got awards. So I just thought I would go through these and show you. There's the honorary service award, and that went to a couple staff members, Daniel Usum, who is our health clerk and trainer, Jessica Wakefield, who was a science teacher and avid teacher. Then we had several parents, Loch Nguyen and Mary Lai and Annette Jackson, who are parent volunteers, so for their dedication. Michael Fleming, who was a special ed para on our campus, and also our water polo coach, was given an award. So congratulations to all those getting the HSA. We had the Very Special Person Award, which was given out to another parent volunteer, Nancy Monson, and Luis Garces, who Luis is our campus security person. So again, congratulations to the two VSP winners. We had a continuing service award, an ongoing service. So we had that to Harita Menon, who had been our PTSA president, and a big parent volunteer, as well as Kirsten Crimsley, another parent volunteer. We had two winners of our Outstanding Teacher Award, which went to Phil Lee, who's a math teacher, and Tyler Kripe, who is an art teacher and the department lead for the art department. And then some guy with a weird name got a Golden Oak Service Award. So thank you very much for that. That's really touched by that. It's really been a great honor to work with PTSA and all the parent organizations out there. But we've had a lot of fun doing the PTSA over these past 11 years. So I really am touched by that award. Thank you very much. That takes us out of our shout outs and into some questions and concerns. We actually had a lot of them. So this is probably gonna be a longer video than we've normally had in a while. But why is there no senior celebration, or what used to be called baccalaureate, this year? Will we have one next year? Or is it canceled indefinitely? How do we ensure we have one next year? Well, after talking with the staff, there were admin, there were teachers and staff members involved and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of work and time and effort that goes into putting on a senior celebration. And this time of year is a super busy time of year. What we've also been noticing, though, is since the pandemic, attendance and interest in this event has really dropped off. And so it's been kind of difficult to put that much time and work into it and not have the payoff. And so we decided to take a pause, see if maybe there's something we can do differently, or whether we continue or not continue. And this is not something that every campus has to do, but it is something that has been done in the past, and maybe it needs a refresher. Maybe we need to come up with a better idea. And so again, it's not necessarily canceled indefinitely. It is something you can talk to Ms. Nurnberg about. It's something that, again, if there is a bigger interest in it and there are people willing to help out and get it together, I think that is something we would definitely think again about. So it's not happening this year, but it will be happening. It could be happening in the future if there's some other ideas out there. Will there be a retirement celebration for me? Actually, I wish I was retiring, but I'm not. I'm not that old yet. I guess I'm that old, but I'm not not ready to retire. I am just moving to the district office, right, as the director of HR. And I'm going to be here through to the end of June. I'm not aware of any public celebration, so I can't say that there is going to be something. I'm either they're keeping it very quiet for me, but I don't. You may have to talk to somebody else about that one, but I'm not sure of any other things that are happening. So another question is, will next year's senior ball be combined with juniors again? And so again, that's a question. This was kind of an experiment this year. We took the juniors and seniors and put them together, and we have more kids. We have like almost 800 kids that are going to be going to this. And so what the issue was with previous junior or senior only proms is that we're with declining enrollment, we're getting fewer kids who are interested in going. And so the tickets were going up and the places that we were able to rent were smaller. So it was getting to be kind of problematic in terms of that. So by combining it and having more kids, we were able to lower costs and actually get a bigger event, even with the lower cost though. And so, so far it's been successful. We haven't had it. It's tomorrow night. So we'll see how it goes. But again, that's going to be something we'll take a look at again next year and say, did that work? Was that good? Was that bad? And kind of go from there. So I know that people have all sorts of feelings about whether juniors should have their own and seniors have their own. Again, I think this is one of those necessities that kind of helps us create a better and bigger event. So we'll see how it goes and test that out for next year. Will graduation always be at 5 p.m.? It doesn't allow for much time to have dinner celebration before the grad night party. Can we change graduation next year to earlier time at 3 or 4 or have it on a Friday morning? So we have recently changed graduation till 5 o'clock in the last couple of years since we returned from remote learning. It always used to be at 3 o'clock, and that was honestly right in the middle of the day, and it was super, super hot. And so that was part of the problem. We also were getting some complaints from families saying, that's not enough time to get ready for the event because everyone's rushing around and coming home from work. And that they said, let's just kind of push it a bit. So I'm not sure there's a happy medium there, but that is not something that has to be set in stone. We traditionally have always been a Thursday night. We've never done a Friday morning. I know that other schools are doing that, but we do try to spread out some of the graduations so that it's not everything happening at once, because that can create some log jams and problems across the traffic and whatnot. But I think moving it to Friday morning would be pretty difficult. But maybe moving the time on a Thursday wouldn't be as hard. So again, that's going to be something that would be probably brought up with ASB and with the next year's administration to kind of see what they're interested in doing. But it is hot at 3 o'clock, and it does cool down significantly between 3 and 5. So just so you know. I'd like to report that recently Wi-Fi at school has been very spotty. My child has a fairly new Mac laptop that has no issues connecting to home or their coffee shop Wi-Fi. Recently, she's complaining she can't reliably connect to Homestead's regular and guest Wi-Fi. She has to resort to her hotspot. It runs into her monthly limit. Can you make sure IT department is aware of this? Yeah, I can. You can actually also reach out to the student can also reach out to the to IT. We have noticed a problem this year with the new remodeling, with the way the earthquake safety materials were put into the building. It's actually causing some blockage of signals and whatnot. And so that has been a problem, not only at our site, but other sites. And our district is really looking at a way to upgrade and replace a lot of the old system. That's going to be happening. It's started happening, but to really make that happen, it's probably going to happen over the summer. However, if you're having some, if this is a fixable issue, there's a couple ways to look at that. You can always send in a help ticket, and this is from our student portal on our website. You'll see a part up there. I put a little screenshot of it where you can get student help tech. It's in different languages right there, but if you click on that, that'll send you directly to the IT folks and you can explain what's going on. Also, there's that button that says how to connect to FUHSD Wi-Fi. Sometimes people they're going the wrong place, they're not using the right thing. And so if you click on that, that might give you some easy steps to figure out and follow in there. So again, either talk to our help team or let us know. And also we're going to try and hopefully get that Wi-Fi updated so we don't have those problems next year. There was a question about what giving enough recognition in sport. Actually, there were several of these that came in, so I just grabbed the first one that came in. So our boys won, tennis team won CCS. I made the school history, but it was never mentioned in the weekly newsletter or school newspaper. I hope a belated recognition can be posted on the next weekly newsletter and the school newspaper Instagram. So I've mentioned it several times here on this email. But again, whether or not everyone is seeing that is one particular thing. Our AD has been informing our staff and letting parents know, maybe not all parents, but parents that are connected to boosters. And I did talk to our epitaph, and they said, yes, we are going to be covering it in our upcoming issue. They only, they're not a weekly or a daily, they are kind of more like a monthly. And so they have one that's going to print today, and it'll be distributed next week. So they didn't do it on Instagram, because they tend to cover it when they do it one place, they don't do it twice. So they're not doing it. They didn't do it in the two places there. So it is going to get covered in the upcoming edition. So you'll get a chance to take a look at that information there. General information. See, there's a lot of questions. Again, we are still looking for tutors for our special ed PE for next year. So again, those are the contact information if you want more info or think your kid would be interested in doing that. We had mentioned that there was going to be a power shutdown by PG&E on Monday, the holiday. They have canceled that, so scratch that off your calendar if you put that there. This is something we definitely wanted to share with everybody. This is an email that went out to our parents or to our students of kids who are going to the prom tomorrow night. So here's some information just in case you want to know what's going on. That's where the prom is. It's at the Tech Museum in downtown San Jose. There's the address. The doors will open at 8 o'clock, and highlighted big and bold here, you've got to bring a student ID or government issued ID to get into the dance, and your guest needs one because we really don't know who they are. So we want to make sure that we know who's in there. You will not be allowed into the dance if you come later than 9:30. So please understand that we have issues sometimes when kids come that late. So if you're not there by 9:30, you will not get in. You can bring some stuff with you, like an extra pair of shoes to dance, because sometimes being in those nice shoes, it hurts the feet. But try to bring as very little as you can. Do not bring school-sized backpack, purses, bags, suitcases with all kinds of stuff in it. Because again, that's not what the dance is for. And we are going to look and see what's inside of your bags. So we want to make sure people aren't sneaking things in there that they shouldn't. Although our kids have been very good, so hopefully it doesn't happen. That's a tongue twister. The prom ends promptly at 11 p.m. So be sure that you're there to pick them up. If you're picking up your kids, you're there at 11 p.m. You're not going to be allowed to leave though before 10:30 without parent permission. So if we know for a reason, there's a reason why you have to leave at 10:30, and the parents communicate that with us, or we call your parent and say, hey, is it okay if they leave? Please understand that's okay. But we also need to close up and get ourselves out of there. So there is no supervision after 11:15 p.m. So if you're late picking up your kid, they may be in downtown San Jose by themselves. And that's not a good idea. But please make sure that you make that all happen. And again, this is a school dance, even though it's a Saturday night, all school rules apply. And so please do not do anything silly, because that could be a loss of graduation ceremony privileges if you decide to come under the influence or get into a fight or do something that is not very civil or good. So we don't want that to leak into graduation. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But again, there's some good info about the prom if you need it. Again, here's our bell schedule for finals, just in case you need that, and you can get that on our website. This is the same slide that's been on there for a while now. If you need some information about graduation, there it is. Here's our notice from foundation looking for more donations and to become a member. So if you're interested, you can click that link right there and get you more stuff. Again, traffic reminders, we're getting to the time of year where everyone's tired, and we're getting some complaints from our neighbors about kids revving engines or parents honking on horns and that kind of thing. So please just know that, let's try and be, aware of our neighbors and respectful of their environments. We also want to make sure you're watching out for pedestrians, bikers, scooters, skaters, because as the weather's really nice, we're getting more of those. And so just want to make sure everyone's being safe. And again, we do have construction trucks here on site for the field turf replacement. So please keep an eye out for those, because there are flag people that go and try and help the trucks get in and out, but it is a dangerous thing. So we want to make sure kids are being safe and adults are being safe. Those are around. Again, getting down to just a last couple of important dates here, but as I said, tomorrow night is prom. Then we've got the Memorial Day weekend. There is no school. Oops, that's a mistake. I don't know why senior awards got pushed up there, but that's supposed to be on 5/29. Senior awards is happening. Then we have our farewell rally next Friday. And then that's followed by senior checkout on that Monday. They will have grad practice after that. We have finals for the rest of school that week, and then the final day of class is 6/6, and as you heard earlier, graduation at 5 p.m. So again, I just want to thank Denae Nurnberg for stopping by and saying hello, and I hope you get a chance to introduce yourself to her and get her. Again, I really do think you're going to like her. I think she's got a lot of great stuff to offer, and I think they got it right with that choice, so that's going to be a good one. I hope you have a great 3-day weekend, and we will see you soon. Take care.